Hi there, this is Tank Girl, and tonight I want to show you a device that I have to review. It's not a new device, it's been out for a while. It's the HTC Fuze with AT&T, and the reason I'm reviewing this is because when I was at CTIA, I had talked to the HTC guys, and they were kind enough to send me this as a review unit. And you know, when you build up a relationship with press and PR and marketing people, you want to start with something, and this is it. So, of course, I had to add my own twist to this. The first thing I did with this device, because I already opened it, was to flash the firmware, unlock it, and basically make it an unbranded generic HTC Touch Pro, which is what the Fuze is based on. So, again, this is not really an unboxing since I've already had some time with this device, and since this was a review unit that had already been opened by another person before me. But I thought I'd give you the closest possible experience to a real unboxing. So anyway, let's go on with it. Here we have a couple of manuals and the usual AT&T logo stuff. Welcome to AT&T, etc. And here's a getting started guide, which is actually nice cardboardy feeling with a nice little page thing in the middle. And we have this TouchFLO 3D flyer. And here's the device itself. It's rather heavy, actually. That's the first. And it's substantial, and that is not a bad thing. It's just the first thing you notice. And it's very, very fingerprint magnety. And it does have a QWERTY keyboard. It's a slider. And it has this really very interesting diamond back shape. And the camera, turns out, is very much the same as the camera on the G1, 3.2 megapixel with autofocus. And this one has an additional feature that it has flash, and that's a hardware feature. And in software, it has video recording, which is a software feature. On the side here, there is volume keys up and down, and a push-to-talk key, which can be reprogrammed to do something else once you use generic firmware. On the bottom here, you have a USB port, which actually is HTC's custom X USB, which also includes audio. You need an adapter to use this device with headphones, or you can use stereo Bluetooth. On top here is the power button. And as I said, camera, flash, QWERTY keyboard. The touch screen is actually relatively small. This device is not that big. It's a little heavy and thick, as I mentioned, but it's not very large. And there's a scroll wheel down here, which is kind of capacitive, and the buttons are hidden, but you get actual tactile feedback when you push them. Of course, it's a touch screen. It's a resistive touch screen, and not a capacitive, and it's not a very large screen. So you kind of have to squint a little bit. Now, this is also a device that's basically running an OS that's not my favorite. In this case, Windows Mobile. But I'm hoping that eventually the homebrew community will be able to put Android on this guy. I believe it's been done, but the radios aren't working yet, so that makes it rather useless. Anyhow, it's been a long time since I've reviewed a Windows Mobile device. The last one I had in my hands was also an AT&T branded one, and it was the Samsung BlackJack, the original 3G smartphone on AT&T, at the time singular. And it was Windows Mobile 5, a non-touch, just smartphone edition. So this is Windows Mobile 6.1 Professional Edition, I guess, the touchscreen one. And yeah, so let's continue here and see what else is in the box. It's a CD HTC Fuze. It has active sync, mobile device centers, software license terms, all that Microsoft stuff. And then there is some accessories, spare stylus, and a USB cable, and here's actually one of those X USB audio adapters. It's rather large, but I think it allows you to plug in different types of audio devices and headphones. And then a USB charger, standard bare USB charger. So let me get back to the device for a second. I didn't show you this, obviously. I forgot because it's something I'm not very much used to anymore. But there is a stylus here since it is Windows Mobile. And if I take the battery cover off, you'll notice the battery and the SIM card already installed. So a pretty hefty battery there. I can't really read it right now, but I'll try to make a note in my blog post what the current is on this. And so the SIM card lives in here. And then in this corner right there is micro USB. In this case, I have a 2 gig card in here right now. That did not come with it. So that's pretty much it. Here's all the loot. I guess it's a pseudo unboxing. As I mentioned earlier, I have already opened this to reflash it to a generic and unlocked, to turn it into a generic unlocked device and use generic unlocked firmware. But it had already been opened once before the box because it was a review unit that someone else got for me. And again, the reason I'm reviewing an HTC Touch Pro / HTC Fuze, although it was been out for a while, is because this is my first device to review from HTC, whom I approached at CTIA, and I'm trying to establish a relationship with so I can get some more HTC devices to review in the future. Specifically, I'm particularly interested in the Android devices once others become available beyond the G1, which I have. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this pseudo mini unboxing, and keep an eye on my blog, tnkgrl.wordpress.com. That's Tanko Mobile. And I will have some pictures and a review of this unit within the next couple of weeks or so. Cheers.